So I'll just say that I'll just take a moment for people who don't know me. I'll just introduce myself a bit so that you understand what background I come from. So I am a naval veteran who has spent 20 years in Indian Navy, and after that, in 2016, I have joined corporate. After joining corporate, I realized that there are certain limitations to the work what we do. There are certain what do you say, the lifestyle change or due to limitation of my beliefs, I went on to put a good amount of weight. So I became very heavy. It's not only the weight I had on my body, but in general, my immunity was low. The way I was working, my productivity went low. The focus and everything went low. So that was a point where I started thinking, what can I do? I went for quite medications also, but that medication did not help me much. It was very temporarily for me. It's not only about putting weight. Again, my confidence and self-image also came low with that. I believe that somewhere at some point I got connected with a health coach who guided me. Because of her guidance, I could lose weight and I could come down almost, like if you see, about 18 kgs I could lose. And once I did that, I understood the benefit of being healthy. And that's the point when I understood what a change of energy, what a change of the way you look, and the way, not only that, your immunity level, every aspect of your health changes with that. So I started helping some people, and a few of my friends I could help. This is Mr. Harshad from, he's in Goa. We did an online connection, and we would help him lose a good quantity of weight. You can say almost 25 kgs. This is Mr. Manish. He's a good friend from my naval background itself. He had some promotion plans and he had to lose weight. So to help him lose some great weight. This is a good friend from Dubai. She could lose some kg. So this was a process. Along with that, I kept learning also about health and nutrition. Got certified on that, international certification on that, as a happiness coach also, to help myself understand how people will take habits, happiness as part of being healthy. Okay. So few certification, just to tell you that yes, I'm not just coming here and talking to you without any background. Okay. So having said that, before I go to the exact points of what can improve your metabolism, I would like you to understand what is metabolism. So can you put in chat your understanding about metabolism in a simple words? What you understand in a couple of words? Anybody would like to share? What is metabolism as per your understanding? Simple words is that it's a in a if you say, if in a scientific manner, if I say, it's a chemical reaction which happens in the cellular level, which helps the body or the organism to get the energy and from the nutrition what we eat, from the food what we eat. So in a very simple language, leaving the chemical process, the food what we eat has got certain nutrients, and the process of observing the energy from those nutrients for the body's function, to keep it healthy, and for the growth, for the repair and maintenance, everything, you require a good metabolism to act on your body. And if our cellular level functioning is healthy, then our health will be very good. If you see, our body has almost trillions of, some 37 trillions of cells are there in our body. So each and every cell, if it is functioning great, our health will be in a different level itself. Okay. So now, why is it this metabolism important for us? What are the things which, by which it is? What are the important aspects of our body which it takes care of? Okay, first is the energy production. We all need certain amount of energy every day to function in an effective level. So that energy comes from the food what we eat, but it's not only the food what we eat. How the body processes that food by which we get the energy also matters. If you don't have the right nutrients, if your gut is not healthy, and multiple other reasons, I'll come to the reasons why you don't get the high level of energy. But this is one thing which impacts because of our metabolism. Second, the cellular level function, which I already told, at the cellular level, at the cells of our body is functioning good. If you say each and every organ is made of different cells, so if the cellular level functions are good, your overall health will be excellent. Okay. Maintaining homeostasis. Homeostasis is the process of maintaining I would say, stability of the body. Where let's say you work out a bit and then you sweat, or it's a warm climate outside, you sweat. Why do you sweat? So that body understands that the body has become warm, it has to cool it down. So bring it to a temperature which the body can function that way. Each and every process, wherever you see, body's whole understanding is to bring a balance. So whatever up and down we do, it will try to bring the body back to homeostasis or the normal level. Okay. Supporting growth and development, metabolism, good metabolism uses the energy level used from the food to give us support and our growth in each and our cellular growth is good and our body growth happens in a proper way. Okay, immunity is very important. Today there's so many new viruses also coming out. COVID has went, I know, but still there will be multiple viruses coming on. If your immunity is good, then obviously you will be able to function in a healthier way. You will be healthier and you will be functioning better. Again, for that, metabolism is important. Your weight management, which I already been talking about here, your weight body is so beautifully made. God has created this wonderful machine. I can't tell you that how good it is. It has got an inbuilt process. If you make the right environment for the body, if you give almost like if you say if 50-60% of the environment body requires, if you're able to give that, it will function beautiful. Your weight loss will never be required to do. You will be in an ideal weight if you're able to give a right environment to the body. Okay. And longevity and age, yeah, that is part of it. That as you are healthy, you living with ages because your dreams and goals will be met and you're healthy and you will live long for that. Okay. So why is metabolism important? I just shared with you so understand importance of metabolism before we go to other aspects. Okay. Now, next point what we come is the why is the metabolism reducing in today's environment or the lifestyle, I'll say. One of the big reason is our lifestyle. Lifestyle is a sedentary. We are quite sedentary today. If you go back, if you look at the our ancestors, not many ancestors, maybe 4 or 5 decades also back, the quantum of food what people used to eat were much more, and they still did not have so much of health issues like diabetes, cholesterol, BP was much lesser. Why was it? Because they were actively working. They were not always, most of us sit on a desk with a system in front of us. So the movement is very less. After coming home also we sit and throughout the day it's a very sedentary life. So the food what we eat and the energy what we require, which we get is much more than what we require also. That's what. Okay. Then obviously the food part, the food what we get today is highly processed food with a lot of chemicals and preservatives and chemicals which would enhance our taste buds. So once we feel happy with those tastes, we will always order such products. And this food industry, they spend millions of dollars into the market to get such chemicals which can be added into food by which you will feel that yes, I should be eating this, order this food again and again. Feeling of buying that food again and again comes because when you eat such food, certain neurotransmitters, or if you say certain chemicals in our body gets, hormones get enhanced, which gives us happiness, and so we go again and buy the same food. So the whole motive is that you keep buying the same food. Okay. So again, that industry today is very big, highly capitalized industry, where if you are not cautious, you will get into the trap. The next thing what comes is that we don't do exercise at all. Our exercises level of exercise is very less. Most of us, even when we have time, we don't do exercise, and there is always a reason that you don't have time to exercise. Sleep is not proper. People don't sleep at all. There are sleep patterns which is not sleeping. They are disturbed because of their mobile and stuffs like that, or they are thinking. So sleep is another. Rest and sleep is very less. Stress is very peak. Somewhere because of the social media or many other things. At times you get stressed looking at, you look into social media and you see your friend achieving better than you or something he may be doing or not. He has posted a photo, so you believe in that, and because of that you get stressed. So one thing, or your work is such a thing that you don't see a hope outside of that, you are getting stressed. So many other things. Then with age, the metabolism gets reduced. Age is a factor which again you can't control, but every decade as it goes, your energy, your metabolism is coming down. It's almost like as you age, your fats gets added. For example, in your 20s, let's say in my 20s, I used to have a lot of food, good food I used to eat, and content of the food was very high. But if the same quantity of food I'm eating today also, then the weight what I put on will be much high. At that age, the body's functioning is and metabolism is much better than what we are. So these are the reasons by which our metabolism has reduced because of the change of environment, change of technology, change of conditions what we stay today, the way the global change has happened. Our metabolism getting reduced is very natural. Unless until we don't take some action against this, nothing is going to change. So what are the three secrets which I'm going to share with you? I'll come to that point exactly right now. Okay. Now, before going there, I would like to ask you one thing. Why do you eat and what do you eat? For your own understanding, just take us 2 minutes, a minute or a second, few 30 seconds of your time and just think what is the reason you eat the food? One of the main reason is hunger. You are hungry, then you eat. Then there are social events when you eat. When there are emotionally, when you are tired or angry, you eat. So there are reasons why you food it becomes a part of the life, and it gives you happiness. Then you eat. So multiple reasons why you eat. What you eat depends again upon the whether you have flexibility of cooking food or you don't like to cook food. You always order from outside, or in a travel you order from outside. So there are many reasons for which you have food. The what part of the what you eat matters on your environment where you stay. Again, if you just go by the environment, if you don't take a action for that, it will be a very restrictive. What you're eating will be not the what you're eating may not be the right thing which your body needs. So the next question is, what is your body's requirement? If I say in a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being everything what you're giving for the body is you're able to eat everything what is your body needs, and 1 being that you're not eating anything which is your body needs, like you're having all the processed food and thing. Can you just put it in chat what number will you give yourself in 1 to 10? Are you eating all healthy food? 10. And let's say you're 1, you're eating processed food and you're not able to eat what is the body's requirement. Please share it in your chat. Kavita says 7, great. Being honest, Divya says 8, great. Still, it's good. I will say 7 and 8 is also still you guys are eating healthy. I'll say as compared to many a time I listen people and ask. Divya sir also says 7. Ravi says 8. Great. That's really great. You're still in close to 10. I'll say that's a good number. Get way to start. Okay. So many a time when I talk to my clients, I realize people saying 5, 4 when hardly they eat any good stuffs. Okay. So having this gap which is there, having understanding of this gap is the first understanding which you need to have for improving your metabolism. Look at your plate, understand what you're eating, understand what is body's requirement. Once you understand what is the body's requirement, you will not eat many stuffs which you're currently eating. If you look at our Indian place, most of the plate is filled with carbohydrates. I still remember in my childhood there will be a lot of rice on my plate. Even for a very long time over, even maybe 3 4 years back also, I'll say a lot of rice and chapati will be more, and the vegetable and whatever having some things I'm having will be very less. The curry and vegetable. Uh, the way our plate has to be figured is that we should have good quantity of protein, fats, carbs should be as per our lifestyle. If your current lifestyle is such that you have to work out a lot, you are going to sweat and you are going to means your energy consumption is very high, then having a carbs is high, little higher level of carbs is fine. But if you are having a completely sedentary lifestyle from morning 9 to evening night before you sleep, most of the time you are sitting and doing your work, your body movement is less, then you should be understanding the carb requirement is not so much, your requirement is less. Protein requirement is very high. Why? Because I told our cells cellular function is very important for us to stay healthy. So having a good quantity of protein in our diet is very essential for us to make those cellular. Every day our cells gets new cells coming, and if new cells have to be built, then the right nutrient should be there, and the major portion of this cell generation is protein. So most of our Indian plate is protein deficient. If you take any plate at any moment, you can come and show me. This is the plate I'm having 1 week. I'll tell you what is the quantity of protein here. And I have not met anybody who is having a protein-rich food unless until they are fitness people and they are consistent of being healthy. Their plate, I see they are having a protein healthy and other nutrients also, vitamins, minerals, varieties of vegetables and stuff like that. I was talking to my friend and I asked him when did you eat salads? Do you eat regularly salads? So his answer was the only time when I go for a buffet or a program where there is salads, a counter of salads. That's the only time I eat buffet. So I mean, I see salads. So salads again missing from the plate. A fiber part is very important. So the first point is having a nutritious food. First secret of be having a good metabolism is not only eating less but eating right. I'm sure you have heard of this point, but I'm emphasizing it again. It's not about eating less, it's about eating right. If you eat less, if you think that by eating less your metabolism will improve, that is a total myth. By eating less you cannot have a sustained weight loss. Why? I'll tell you. When you eat less, our body is very smartly made. If you study our body, God has created such a wonderful equipment, nothing compared. Such an automatic system, so beautifully made, just like a wow. Nothing more than that. Okay. So when you give the right nutrients, it will function properly. You give a certain amount of energy, it will function at that energy level. As soon as your energy consumption reduces, you do it for a week's time, our body is very smart to pick it up. It will say, the person is having less energy. So I need to make some changes so that the current function, the critical functions like your heartbeat and the things what is required for your survival, for those things I will keep the energy, and for things where I don't have, it's what not be very critical, there I will reduce the energy. Maybe your skin, it will not send the energy to your skin and stuff like that. So somewhere it will compromise, which will not show up at the same time. Now you won't fade off at the same time, but gradually as you keep doing, at certain point when you reduce the food intake, it will understand and it will reduce the metabolism also accordingly. So having a nutritious food is more important than thinking about eating less. A protein rich food, a fiber rich food, having vitamins and minerals is very essential. Okay. So that was the first point. I believe this point is clear to you. Always think about having a nutritious food to improve your metabolism. Okay. So next thing is that how many hours do we sit in a day? You know that. Can you put in a chat how many hours you sit in a day? Some number. 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours. I just want you to think on that. The whole section of this webinar is that you should be able to think the key what you are doing, how many hours you're sitting. Ravi says 6 hours, Divya say 8 to 10 hours, great. 6 hours, Susan says 6 hours, great. Okay. Just think once again, are you just sitting 6 hours? Okay. It's not only on the laptop and system, but throughout the day, even when you're traveling, you're sitting. Okay. So understand the sitting. Generally, what we have seen is that people sit for much longer duration, unless until you are actively getting up and moving around. Okay. The chair, I will say, is a time bomb for today. It's like any other. Like in few years, I believe that which we get on when you buy a cigarette packet or something, we see that it's injurious to health. Same guidance will be put on a chair also. If you're sitting long, it is injurious to health. That is the situation. The hours what we sit every day is gone up multifold because the way we work is that. Okay. So, but what our body needs is different than what we give. Body needs us to walk, do certain exercise. I can understand there is that we have to sit on a system. The way we work is such that multiple hours we have to sit. But if you can even give some time to your body, maybe a goal of doing a 10K regularly. Currently, you may be walking maybe 2-3 thousand steps in a day, maybe not even that also. Wherever you are, can you from today onwards, can you commit to add 1,000 more steps in your day and gradually increase it to a 10K steps every day? You got a beautiful gadget with you. I'm sure each one of you has got a mobile. Use that. Monitor how many steps you're walking every day. Make a point to complete your 10K every single day. A simple thing which can make a big difference. Walking is one of the simplest and one of the best exercise. If you're doing it consistently, it's great. Now that takes care of the cardio part. Okay. Another thing is I'll even suggest even add some strength training. What is strength training? Training where you put your body weight or your additional weight, dumbbells or weight you pick, or you do your own body weight like push-ups, pull-ups, squats, where you use your body weight. Now, why is that important? Isn't this, if as I said, walking is one of the best exercises, why is the other exercise important? When you do a cardio, your energy consumption happens at that moment. That moment it happens. So your calorie burning happens that moment. But later that exercise what you did, the only the cardio part will not be involved in your energy burning. But when you do a strength training, your muscles are pulled and tired, and there's a lot of glycogen burned from the muscle. So even when you are at rest, your calorie consumption will be more. Yeah, that means your metabolism will be higher even at rest. That's why adding certain amount of strength training is very vital. Building lean muscle. See, just because you do some exercise, a woman or a man, you just does not become a lot of bulky. You won't become bulky. 100% you are not going to become bulky. But doing the strengthening will build your lean muscle. And these lean muscle will keep your metabolism high. Even at days when you happen to overeat also, no, these muscles will take care of it a bit. Okay, so not only that, today you keep hearing people having back pain, knee pain, and a lot of joint pains and stuff. If your muscles are intact, you will not have such health issues also. Why? Because see, let's say your core muscle, that's your abdomen and the back area, that's a core muscle. If you are doing good core exercise and keeping that muscle strong, your muscles will take the load. If your core muscles, the abdomen muscles and everything, and the back muscle is weak, the load will go in a vertebra, and then you have another back pain. Same way, your hand muscle, you have a tendon problem because your muscles are not strong, your working systems are working, your tendons and muscles, arm muscles are not good. Again, it will give you stress. So having a muscle built is very important. So there is a gap which I want you to understand. If you know how many hours you're sitting, you know how much walking you're doing, how much strength training. Strength training, I'll suggest even if you do 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 4 days in a week, excellent. Along with the nutritious food, you will be able to build lean muscle and it will take care of. Okay, so there is a gap. I want you to understand that gap. And so the third point is stay active. You have to stay active, then only this requirement of metabolism will be met. And what you just need to keep, one of my friend recently is playing with his office time. He used to always tell me that I don't have time to get up, I just forget to get up, I want to but I forget because the workload is very heavy. So what now he has assumed something is, as I told, your chair is a time bomb. He assumes literally his chair is a time bomb. He says that whenever he sits on the chair, he puts up a stopwatch and thinks at this is a bomb's watch. As soon as it crosses 45 minutes, 35, 45 minutes, the chair will blast off. So he gets up. He makes it a game basically, and then again it resets to zero. So it's up to you how you want to gamify your environment. Whether you want to make your chair a time bomb or whichever way you want to do it, you keep a bottle somewhere else far away. You, when you're thirsty, you go up and walk, whatever way you want to do, but gamify it, make some reasons so that you can be active throughout the day. You don't spend sitting more than 45 minutes on a chair consistent regularly, then get up, maybe a 5-10 minutes of break, just walk around, sit back again, do some stretching exercise, stretch your body a bit. Just be active, look for ways to be active, and it has to be done intentionally. It is never going to come automatic to you because our environment is such today. We all are running left and right with a lot of stuffs in our mind. So it is not going to happen automatic unless until you don't put an intentional effort into it. It is never going to happen. So be very intentional in being active and dedicate at least half an hour to 45 minutes every day for some exercise, walking, some strength training, some sort of exercise which will keep you healthy. Okay. So having said that, let's come to the next point. What are we doing? Are we regularly sleeping in time? Are we consistent with our sleep? What do we do? You know what you are doing, right? There's a good gadget with you which gives you giving you notifications. So every time there's a notification, you look into the mobile, your sleep is disturbed. So you are feeling little bit low. Sorry, you're not able to focus on your sleep. Also requires certain amount of focus, or you want to say complete living, giving away of your all other stuffs around you. At some point, you need to decide, yes, everything is over. Trust things I'll take care tomorrow. There are a lot of work. There are a lot of things I need to take care. But let me give my body a rest, because once I give the rest, tomorrow I'll be productive. At this some point, you need to decide that the mobile is a great tool, but if it controls your life, then you're having a bad time. Not sleeping properly, not taking a rest, stressing out unnecessary. How many of you believe that by worrying about something, you will get a solution to that? You know, there is no solution when you come about worrying. Worrying does not give a solution to anything. There will be certain things which you can take care of it, go take an action. There will be certain things for which you can't do anything about it. Leave it to God. I believe you believe in a creator or whatever your belief is there. So there are things which you have to give it away. So that will reduce your stress. Stress is a complete silent poison in your body. It's like I was reading a book and there was written that there's a scorpion which stings itself and it dies with the poison. So the same way, sometimes we ourselves have got so much of resentment against ourselves. There's so much of anger, unforgiveness inside us that we don't forgive us for the disappointments what we went through. This all add on to stress. So you should learn to forgive yourself, get away from gadgets, give a good sleep to yourself. If you need help, go ahead and take some help. There are great people out there who are counselors who help people, will help you with certain techniques by which you can take a good proper rest. That's important today. Mental health is an issue. You have to accept it. And go ahead. That's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong in that. But if you need help, take an help from an expert. But take care of your stress. Again, that is going to impact your health in massively. What is our body's requirement? It needs rest. That's the reason God has created day and night. There's a time when you are supposed to take rest. Why should there be such a dark time in the? Otherwise, it would have been all 24 hours total with light. No? That would have been happened. But that's not the case. There is a moment to work, there is a moment to rest. Our body needs rest. There's a circadian rhythm which our body follows. If you break it, you won't be healthy. And most of us do that. The light keeps hitting our face throughout the day, throughout the night. We sleep hardly 3-4 hours, keep swiping our mobile night and day, everything consistently. So again, our consistency and habits have been coded into our not sleeping properly and not giving a proper rest to our body. Our body needs rest. Understand that and give it a rest at the proper time. At least 6 to 7 hours minimum you should be sleeping to have a healthy body. And if you're sleeping less than 5 hours, you're basically reducing your life, I'll say. You're basically telling that enough, I have to go early up. That's the way it is going to. And because you will face illness, certain illness will be coming on the way, and that's for sure that it's just a matter of time. Those all health challenges will catch up and suddenly you will be surprised. Why am I having this diabetic issue? Why am I having this high cholesterol? Why is my BP high? It did not happen in a day. It is happened because there is always a gap between what we are living today and what our body's requirement. The understanding that I want you to take a minute to understand your current lifestyle, the gap what is there in what you should be resting, the gap of stress what you're taking, and what is the body's requirement. Because once you understand this gap, you will make some positive changes, and those positive changes will not only help you lose weight, but I'm sure you will be much more a healthier version of yourself. Your productivity, your focus, your self-esteem, everything will improve. Your energy levels will be good. You will be great in of your professional work. You'll be great with your family. Overall, a complete change will happen if you just understand the gap and make the positive changes. So our body requires certain stress management. You can't run away from stress. Stress is part of life. There will be challenges. Someday you will not get the food in time. Some days your client will kill you. Someday there will be family challenges. Someday you will fight with your spouse. These all things are going to happen. You can't. But managing them in the right way is the only way you can have a peaceful life. Sleep well. Prioritize it. Give priority to your sleep. Unless until you don't give priority, you are not going to sleep. Because every day, if you're at 9:30, 10 o'clock, you think about watching a Netflix series, that's it, gone. The choice is yours. There's nobody coming and putting a gun on your head and saying, no, no, you have to watch a Netflix, watch now. You choose to do it. So take responsibility for that and ensure that you are managing your stress in a right way. You're sleeping well, you relax, maybe meditate and stuff like that if you want to get into that. But taking care of stress is the third thing which is very important to improve your metabolism. In the initial slides, I told you why it's important that we have a good metabolism. There are multiple functions our body does because of our metabolism. And if you are hampering our metabolism with our current lifestyle, not understanding the gap, by reducing the more you reduce the gap, the healthier you become. That is what you need to understand. So let's make a healthier version of ourselves and let's take some action for that. So what's the next? Take action. End of the day, I can give a keep saying about this for day and night together. Unless until you don't take an action, nothing is going to change. You need to grow up. Many people I see, they criticize and complain, I don't have time, I'm busy, I got a family, I can't get a wake up in early. There are hundreds of reasons why they can't take action. I'll say grow up. Why I'm telling you to grow up? I'll just take a few days back. I read it in a book that when we are born, we are a small baby when we are born, and when we are hungry, at that moment, it's a baby. When the baby is hungry, what does the baby do? It cries. It cries. It cries out and shows that it is in a dissatisfied mode. I'm dissatisfied now. You make me satisfied. How do you satisfy the baby? You feed the baby. You take the baby. So when the baby is dissatisfied and the baby is crying, what the baby sees, the two magical hand comes out somewhere and takes care of the baby, and the baby is fed and the baby is happy now. Again, after some time, again the baby cries because it is dissatisfied. Magical hands comes, takes care of the baby's needs, and the baby is fine. Now it happens multiple times. This till the time you're a child, it happens for quite some time. At some point, we are supposed to understand this hands will stop coming, and we need to grow up and take actions for our deeds. But in this journey, some people completely forget to grow up. Today also, they are creeping and crying that my life is not good, my this is not good, that, and they are expecting some magical hands to come and take care of the problem. I believe those people are not in this room, but you will see people out there, okay, who are making all sorts of reasons and trying, my this is not good, my that is not good, my life is got so many challenges. Yes, it is there, but nobody else is going to come, and those magical hands are not going to come and take care of your dissatisfied mode. You have to take action for that. Take action for that. You are grown up now. You have to take action. I'm just telling, make it clear to you so that you take some action.